What is up, YouTube? It is Drex and I am back with another video. So I haven't done any videos in a long time discussing retro gaming consoles, and I thought I would start with the Sega Saturn. So today I actually want to do a video where I give my own personal guide on how to get the best out of this console experience at home. So we all know that retro gaming is still popular. It's been popular for almost a decade now. Excuse me. And obviously the games have gone up in a lot of value. In particular, the Sega Saturn games have gone up in value, especially the North American ones. But I want to help people who are into retro gaming, fans of the console and whatnot, Sega consoles, and the Saturn in particular. I want to help them get the best experience they can in their house. And if they're new to this console, maybe I can give a few pointers. I've been with this console for like 3 years now, and I'm going to tell you now, I appreciate this console anymore. I actually think this might sound like a big fanboy statement when saying this, but I personally feel like this was one of Sega's best consoles. However, the way it was launched in North America, marketing-wise, that's what kind of put the nail in the coffin for Sega. So it was kind of, some bad business behind that. However, I realized that playing through this console brought the best home arcade experience home. Damn it! This brought home the best perfected the home arcade experience next to the Neo Geo AES machine. That's how I feel personally about it. Also, will say this as well: if it wasn't for this console, we would have not had the Dreamcast, nor I personally believe as well, if it wasn't for this console in general, we probably wouldn't have had Xbox, personally. And I'm not saying it in a negative light about Xbox. This isn't me ranting about Xbox. I'm just saying I feel like Sega was one of the primary influences with Microsoft when they launched the Xbox. But anyway, getting into it now. So there's many options, but I'm gonna go with my personal options. So if you're going, I'm gonna do a part 2 of this video where I talk about getting video games and stuff. But I want to talk first about getting the console you need. I strongly recommend that you get a North American console. And the reason why I say you get a North American console, because the Japanese console is a lot more expensive. But if you want to pay for it, go ahead and do it. But I strongly recommend you just get a North American console. You can get the Model 1 or not Model 2. This is the Model 1 console. This actually was owned by my cousin. But I'm going to talk about that later. Next up, get your hands on an Action Replay cartridge. Now these have gone up in value. I got this like almost 10 years ago because a friend had told me to buy this if I ever decide to get my hands on the Saturn. So I had this like sitting in the closet in the box for a long time. But I got it for like 20 bucks off of Amazon. But if you're lucky enough to find it, the most you'll probably be spending is like 40 bucks on it. I'm not sure, but I'm going to link the Action Replay cartridge in the description below, because you will need the Action Replay cartridge. Because what I'm about to tell you is that it's best to just buy Japanese games. If you can get some North American games for the Saturn for the cheap, then go ahead and take the opportunity for it. I only have 2 North American Saturn games, but I strongly recommend that you just get your hands on Japanese games because they're a lot more affordable. Some are pricey because a lot of them were exclusive in Japan. Like I know in particular the X-Men vs. Street Fighter, that was an exclusive in Japan, even though it was released on the PlayStation 1, but the port on the Saturn was way better compared to the PlayStation 1. But yeah, anyway, yeah, you can get a lot of games for cheap, like a lot of Capcom fighters, a lot of Saturn exclusives as well, such as Dead or Alive, Virtua Fighter, Fighting Vipers, and whatnot. And like I said, I'm going to do a video where I talk about some of the best games to get on the Saturn to experience the best experience you can. Now, if it's hard to get your hands on the Japanese games, I understand. No big deal. I strongly, and when I say this, when I suggest this, I'm telling you guys ahead of time, please do not sell burnt discs and backed up copies of these games. I don't want you guys going to jail. I don't want it to be bad happening to you, where it's going to ruin your record. It's going to be on record, and it's going to probably ruin your life, or probably prevent you guys from getting jobs and whatnot. But I'm just telling you to do this. it's not hard to find these games on the internet, but I am strongly suggesting, please, if you're going to download games off the internet, and I can't give you a link in the description, but if you can search for like 5 to 10 minutes, you'll find what you're looking for. If you're going to burn these games, download and burn these games, please do not sell them to anybody. Do not sell them. It is illegal. Please do not do that. Please. But yeah, that's all I want to say. If you want to, but like I'm worried, but I'm just trying to look out for people who are trying to budget well and basically get the best experience they can. You will be spending probably a little bit of money on the Saturn, North American Saturn, if you can get a nice bundle off of eBay or find somebody from a flea market that can offer you a good deal. But that's all I'm just suggesting. Definitely get you an Action Replay cartridge. If you want to get your hands on the Japanese ported console, then just do that as well. But that's all I suggest. So the crazy thing about the Sega Saturn and why I missed out on it was because I was kind of late into the video game market around the time. So I was still on my Sega Genesis while my cousin was on his PlayStation 1. But he actually owned this Sega Saturn. The reason why he never played it as much though, because I guess he wasn't really too interested in what happened on it, because it was crazy. When I asked him, he gave the console to me, because I asked him for suggestions of games, he looked at me and he said, I can't give you any good answers. And the reason why he said so is because he only owned 2 games for it. I believe it was Nights into Dreams, and I believe the other game he had was Sonic 3D Blast. But he didn't do anything with those games. He didn't keep them, so unfortunately I had to buy my own copies of those games, which is cool. But nevertheless, playing this now as an adult, I really understand what this console was really about, and I actually think it's one of Sega's best consoles, and I understand why it's very popular in Japan than it was here in North America. I will say this too, as well. I find myself, if I ever want to play a Sega console, I will put this over the Dreamcast sometimes. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I missed out on it. Because keep in mind, I only played this game, this console one time, when I was a kid. And the only game I played was Nights into Dreams on it. But nevertheless, I know a lot of people who are big Sega fans. If you want some more information regarding this console and why it didn't succeed like it did, I strongly suggest you check out Sega Lord X. He has an awesome channel, awesome platform where he talks a lot about Sega consoles and awesome Sega games. I don't know how to describe that guy's channel, but he's like ultimate Sega connoisseur. I'm shocked Sega hasn't even reached out to him and wanted to get a guy a job. But he's an awesome channel, so check him out. You can also check out the Game Historian channel where they talk about it as well. But I strongly suggest Sega Lord X. He's an awesome channel. But nevertheless, yeah, I just want to give some pointers and just help you guys out if you want to get the best experience you can, not break too much bank. I understand that gaming is expensive, especially retro gaming in general. So I just want you guys to just enjoy what you can. And like I said before, make the best out of the situation. But other than that, this is Drex and I'm out. And yeah, I'm going to do a part 2 to this where I'm going to list off some awesome Sega games for you to get. If you're in the market for getting a Sega Saturn and getting an awesome experience. But other than that, yeah, I'm out.